Hello my friend, Valorant Mundi here, and today we have a great game, my friend. DarkZero versus Oxygen versus DarkZero elimination match. This is going to be insane, dude.
We'll see how the story will switch around here when they're going to play the defensive side.
Both these teams just became allergic to running Cypher all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I do like the deadlock there from Dapper. They're going to continue running exactly what they did before when they won an OT against M80, one of the best teams. But DarkZero B-Dog has to hold down on the defense, and Oxygen are getting crunched at the corner. They don't know how to advance. And really, progress is going backwards.
DZ look amazing yesterday.
To get out of that spot, they didn't know how to fight back. They got lost in the sauce. It's all up to Scuba to pick up the pieces for Oxygen. I really missed when Oxygen brought out the Clove. That was peak Oxygen on Lotus.
Yeah, man, I miss Clove and Scuba. Where's the Clove, Scuba?
Especially in a high-stakes tournament like this, Scuba is gonna at least get some orbs going as best as he can, but it's just delaying the inevitable. And another first blood goes in the way of DarkZero. So Oxygen, this team play, it's a little too cold. It's not spicy enough. And Corey even misses the satchel on top of the box. What is going on?
The bait was a bait.
At least they have all the group there, so this is going to be a very good flood. There's still flashes, aftershocks. They could still do good damage on a retake here for DarkZero.
Yeah, DarkZero on the retake.
Man, today would be a sad day for one of these two things.
4v
Not gonna lie.
on the post plan. Oxygen have eyes on the spike as B-Dog, and we did. No, they have to fight through this. The smoke. It's not gonna be
Oh
enough.
my. Oh my.
And yeah, the kills come DarkZero's way, but the defuse is not gonna have enough time, so Oxygen will have signs of life.
And it was DarkZero's bonus round, so they have an opportunity here for Oxygen to get their reset. Oh my god, that was a nice try.
Yeah, it was on the show.
Corey is so good. That was a well done steak.
We did. The warrior, man. It was a
I
legend.
love to go get him play, thinking maybe Oxygen had a weaker buy than they did. They went for light shields, and some Vandals picked up. And Oxygen
Nice try
checking
as well.
out, they looked both sides of the road. Attempted to, anyway. At least it was a trade.
Something common that we've seen in the past too with this type of composition, where you try to go for a fade C's and then you went for the rocket, usually with the showstopper. But this time Corey tried to do with the rifle behind the paranoia, which allowed their Weedy to get that forward position in the boxes. He had a perfect sneak attack onto Verno, but not enough here. Didn't know how many players were behind him, so he got traded out quite easily. So now things calmed down for a bit for Oxygen. They have an opportunity to really reset the economy of DarkZero on their side now, as they had the player advantage. And on top of that, now that you've lost.
So this is Auction map pick. Next map will be Icy Box, and then the Decider.
Allows for you to smoke inside.
I hope we got that, man. I hope this series go through maps.
Group it up together, and this is going to be a
bind.
hard C, where Stellar will have to be ready for this. He's at a one and done position.
Dapper went away from the annihilation.
One with them. We'll call the orb being tapped, and there's all the util being dumped in. And did Redux get hit by his own breach util? That really messed up his entry. Either way, Stellar capitalized. It got more than what he bargained for. Annihilation, though, is kidnapping Stellar.
I'm so low.
7 seconds left for Oxygen to plan. They will get away with it unless Adder gets the denial, and that will win the round for DarkZero.
B-Dog once again, even getting the last kill onto Mitch. So
now knowing Stellar, or at least someone is in tree, Oxygen are gonna try and crunch on it, but it was bait all along. Corey with the showstopper gets 2, and a quadra kill for the duelist to give DarkZero the win.
Two-way split.
Fall back a bit, use the flash to his advantage, even using it to slow it down. He'll use the aftershock to do so, get himself around a safe corner. We did is smoked off from the shadows being used there.
Okay, Scuba, that's good.
And
Diving
gets
far.
punished. He's snuffed out by Scuba.
Couldn't miss bad for this, eh?
On B, but DarkZero are around the corner, coming in at multiple angles, and Adder through the CB link door, which could be an important backstab for Adder. Right next to Scuba and Verno. And clearing out these smokes would be so important. There's Adder's swing. He'll go 1 for 1, and Verno will live all.
A little bit too early, no?
Now from Verno to keep
Actually, it's kind of by time, so.
the spike. DarkZero have eaten enough time. It is time to act. But as they swing,
Yeah, just tried to save him, man.
Perfect crossfire.
Good run for Oxygen.
B-Dog knows it.
One thing that I need to be careful here, Oxygen played incredible first map against M80. The other two? Damn, man.
Time out.
it's a gamble that didn't pay off, and they're gonna have to play a 5-player retake here against Oxygen's post plant.
Oh, and with this deadlock too, this can really lock down the site. That is why DarkZero really had to go in prevention mode to not let Oxygen even get in the first place. When is this nightfall, and when is this lockdown going to be used? It's the lockdown as Plan A, but that may not last long at all. It's already been destroyed. Plan B ensues, and that is the nightfall from Stellar. And Corey will satchel in to make the most out of this moment. And through all of this noise, paranoia, Oxygen don't know where the
This is gonna break the easy economy again.
Mitch in the corner does his best, and it's
5-4.
DarkZero around the corner, but on the flank is Adder. But Bruno has the read, didn't finish the job. There it is, plant going down.
Give it try.
Oxygen already pressuring back DarkZero. What? Annihilation? Who's the lucky guest? No one.
They know about him.
Who's on the other side of the site?
Oh, he vested.
The rolling thunder for B-Dog in a 1v2 situation, and now only one remains, and it's Dapper, who has eyes on the spike. B-Dog knows based on the plan where it could be, and just the swing was too
Talk
quick.
about Dapper. Look who is here. It
Take,
is
and
not
just holding one gear into a site, and it's starting again. Where's the defensive side? It's weak side towards A. Thankfully, there's a continuous push, so we're starting to see it now, and they're gonna try to get this flank, and it's gonna be a quad flank.
Oh, it's all up to Scuba. There's a fragger on this team, and I couldn't get the headshot onto B-Dog. Great patience, though. DarkZero can push in. This forces the decision out of Oxygen. They pivot into B. At the top site will be Adder, who is smoked off. But no, this is a deep rotate at the back of B through Waterfall into C, and then leaving the barrier behind. So it's even more difficult for DarkZero to put on the chase.
They're doing a little bit of an M80 by going through B to C and putting a wall behind. Not a siege wall, but a deadlock wall. Still works.
The plant still happens. The DarkZero kind of playing on the offensive side of things. The Aftershock and the Orbital Strike to clear out the one-and-done position. Now knowing the threats are at the back site. So DarkZero, here's the retake. Corey, which is a small satchel in. One step at a time. Redux trying to suss out who is close, where the fire is coming from. DarkZero trying to work as a team, but they can't land the shots. Oxygen lead with so much confidence.
Can he do it?
One. This could go anybody's way.
Good stun,
Corey
man.
stunned. Beautiful.
Good half for Oxygen.
There's more aggression coming out from Oxygen towards the defensive side on C.
Oh, that's deep, Redux. Following in after the haunt, thrown by Mitch, and you have DarkZero running away. And it's Oxygen that know they are undefeated on this map. This is their territory. They won this against M80 recently in OT. And it really shows the experience and the wealth of strategy that they have. Oxygen get even more orbs for their trouble now that we did has planted 1v5 with not so friendly face on the other side of the smoke.
Yeah.
But swinging in gets two.
All going according to the plan here for Oxygen.
As B-Dog gets ready to fall line or flash into tree, where Mitch and Scuba trying to place their smokes, trying to have a good position for this paranoia, but the fire just came to him a little too fast. And DarkZero try to brawl through, and there's also a deadlock barrier separating the two, making it difficult for maybe the duelists to get around. And it's a 3v2 with Redux having a judge. They'll want to maybe play this on the site, but seeing what position he could force out with the paint shells. Redux has it in his hand, throws it to his left, satchels after with the judge, with love right in B-Dog's face.
We got a game.
This time you're trying to leverage Vernal, potentially with a stim pack, and they want to keep moving very aggressively, and there it is.
Okay.
Paranoia behind.
I saw Car doing that before.
Redux is not kidding around. Have you seen this guy? He's out for blood, and he's the one hemorrhaging at the seams as DarkZero is the firing squad. Oxygen couldn't really
Good
do
strafe,
much
man.
of a dent.
Got information.
into DarkZero,
4v2.
but going for the high-risk play, and you heard Oxygen, they're such a vibes-based
Also.
team, and they know how experienced and how confident they are on this
Scuba's
map.
low
They
there,
really
Grenade.
went for it, but great job by DarkZero to retaliate. And now it feels like the map is theirs.
Corey's
For
run away
this
from the
round.
showstopper.
The map control is theirs.
Yeah, potentially even
The
around
dog is sure.
4 versus 2, and the last two players are kind of isolated between Dapper and Scuba. But you know Dapper, he's probably going to try to go for a play.
He has to.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, but Car, man.
Doesn't work out for him. Scuba up next, 2 away from the shadows. So orbs here matter. If he can get some kills, and even make this expensive. I mean, look at DarkZero's economy. There's some people who are getting onto the broker side of things, so Scuba denying rifles would still be very valuable in extending Oxygen's lead in the future rounds. Even just getting exit frags would be the best thing he could do. Not knowing what kind of high-low or any kind of setup crossfire would be on the site.
Good run for this.
Leave, but B-Dog has his number.
10-7.
Timeout.
And now with the sonic sensor up, they'll also try to stop anyone trying to push through, but DarkZero have already pivoted to the other side of the map.
With a showstopper too. So now Oxygen is just going to have to give this up. They also have a lockdown that they can play on the retake, or on the pulse plant rather, for DarkZero. So they're looking pretty good here to leverage these ults to try to get the round.
Redux. With the boom bot, orbital strike too from Verno just to disperse them. As the Haunt on Mound just to see how close, who has vision from the site.
Yo, Mitch is good.
Mitch holding it down, gets a double
Lock
kill.
down for Heather.
Now DarkZero on the post plant kind of desperate for those
Yo,
kills and went to chase them, and now they've been locked out of their own site.
They gotta go.
Locked off their own site, now having to lock down their way back in, and it's an all-out scramble.
Oh, Ace for it! No!
And to destroy the lockdown, it's a 1v1 batter versus Verno.
God.
And it's
He won the round, man.
Amazing plays for the last two players there from Weeded and Adder.
Nade for half going Oxygen's way, and DarkZero get first blooded as Adder went to peek around B, just with nothing but vibes. Now, trying to communicate at least where the defender is on the B side. Mitch will be forced back and is decaying. The aftershock gets him jumping, and DarkZero couldn't catch him crossing in front of the doorway. But with the smokes in place, DarkZero get the play at Nightfall. Coming from Mitch, allowing Oxygen to retake immediately. But the timing is a bit off. Mitch gets caught.
Rolling Tether is still up for the dog.
Feel for each other. And even with all this noise and
a lot of work with
the
it.
decay, DarkZero are still left in the 3v3 as B-Dog gets ready to delay Oxygen even more. Scuba is so low. Redux only has a paint shell. Verno with nothing. And DarkZero get hit by the Rolling Thunder. And Oxygen are on the site, and they all get pinged. And Stellar makes the call, and he's at an off angle. And Oxygen are just stuck.
Timeout.
Does create a sense of stress from
Redux button.
Not
30 seconds on the clock, my friend. Redux, 1 away from the showstopper. Huge kill by Adder.
Be a fake, but Scuba gets caught, and Adder makes an
Huge
opening.
kill,
And now a
man.
second kill too from DarkZero. They have two.
They got the B
options
side,
in order
5v3.
for the A and B. This forces to rotate out of Oxygen to stack it to B. The plant is going down. Smokes are up for Oxygen. Everyone's getting creeped up on as Stellar falls too. The main advantage is still for DarkZero. Corey, confident in this engagement.
1 HP.
Freshly off the util from B-Dog thrown to fault line to push Oxygen back as B-Dog capitalizes on that moment, but Redux sneaks up from behind with the showstopper and hopes to claw Oxygen back into the site. Verno and Redux doing their
They
best,
came
but with
back.
the angles of DarkZero
It's
have
11-10.
swung on before you can throw this fastball. There's the Prowler, knowing that they're close. Redux is there to support, but they're not set up for trades. So Mitch is going
Verno.
for the 3-man orbital
Oh
strike
my
from
god, that feels so
Verno.
good,
He's
man.
been waiting for that.
I have the spike.
That's nice, that's nice. They're not done yet, bro.
That is incredible.
Yeah, that is something that should have been known here for DarkZero. That was going to be a C's orbital strike if it wasn't going to be a C's nade coming through.
30 seconds
And
left.
DarkZero trying to pivot forward. They got caught there from
Okay, got the
that
information.
util from Oxygen.
23 seconds.
Very, very nicely done. And this might be the saving grace here to tie up the game once again. But
Man, that
DarkZero
was huge.
It was their turn to string so many rounds on their side. They still have good economy here.
12 seconds left.
10
Oh,
seconds left.
Dapper. At least goes 1 for 1. We did
Yeah,
in a
cannot
1v3.
plant.
He's been in this position before, but with 5 seconds left, I mean,
No.
the enemy is close, and
No chance for him, bro.
nothing more you can do there.
We're tied 11-11. This is the biggest swing around here. If they get reset, though, for Oxygen, they're also not going to be in the best of buys. Oh, Scuba! The Sixth Sense.
He knows Pepe laugh. What the heck? DarkZero get the first blood off Scuba in the one and done. Now with the showstopper leading the way, this puts the fear in the eyes of Oxygen. Not only in this round, but on a map that Oxygen haven't lost all season. DarkZero take full control of the site with smokes at the back.
Ooh.
So be a free play, but no one smoked off Waterfall. No one had eyes
Man, if
on it,
Oxygen loses here today,
DarkZero still pull out ahead.
it'll be a
but
very
like
big
that against
disappointment.
Team Oxygen.
Thankfully, there are
They
players there too. And the
look
last
like
two
the
players
best
stuck
team by
inside the
far
site.
in the regular
Maybe they want to
season.
commit, but yeah, they're gonna fight this.
They were the best in stage 1, they were the best in stage 2.
It's all up to Redux. He's been a star on Oxygen before. We haven't had a good clutch in this game just because of how evenly matched
And
these
it's
two
going
teams
to
are, and
be
Redux
mappy
just needs to
point for
save the weapon at this
DarkZero.
point. They also, once they tap the orb, they don't know what's on the other side of that baby door. They gotta be ready. They were not ready. They were not ready. Oxygen just kick it down. And DarkZero couldn't even retaliate or trade. Some of DarkZero members were still in a lobby and Outers watching the flank, so great moment to strike from Oxygen.
They did the same strat except this time with rifles. Yes, one less body, but still good enough to do so much damage. And that nullifies now the Nightfall, but at least a Rolling Thunder is still up. Contact play, and that's Rolling Thunder down.
We are going to OT, man.
Those are
What
three
a
in the
great
Nightfall.
way to start the day, bro.
Third Oxygen. Now the Prowler to clear stairs. Boombot through tree. Oxygen. Good coordination so far. Paranoia right through the site just in case DarkZero were playing up close and personal.
Man, this is
Smokes
tense,
in the
bro.
way. With Redux being aggressive. The execute is complete and now Oxygen have to just play the post plan with all 5 alive. And you do not want to let DarkZero go to offense. But Redux has already spotted 2, but just panicked. Too many targets for him to shoot. Instead, plays patient around. Stellar is already low. DarkZero start to swing, and it's a first blood in favor of the defense. And Mitch is stunned and did his best, but it's DarkZero that just have better utility on this retake. Spike being tapped. Oxygen have to take a peek. Trying to be as patient as they can as B-Dog emerges. He gets 2, and Dapper.
Oh my god, I see a word where he was going.
Will go through for DarkZero.
I was actually got close.
Once again.
Just a reminder
Yeah,
that
when
this is
DarkZero went
Oxygen
7-1,
map
I think at
pick.
the start of their offense, it just looked unstoppable. They're gonna do what they do best. They are getting seized right now, so Corey's gonna take a second as the Prowler swims by.
Inferno.
Oxygen have sonic sensors too at B. First blood for the defense. As DarkZero can't even safely cross into C, and when they do, it's a crunch from Oxygen and say goodbye to Corey. And DarkZero have to do this at a deficit, and now they're split up a little bit as they try to regroup. And Oxygen are also pushing out of B. They don't want to be over-eager either. DarkZero regroup and stabilize.
And they can't. Now they use the aftershock to hit towards that door. They don't have an aftershock to try to clear out the space inside the C site. They have to wait to barrier mesh. Thankfully, there's still a lot of time left on the clock where they could maybe try to walk in contact against
Geller, one away from the Nightfall.
Okay, well, they're going to break it now. Forget that. They're going to rush in now for the hit.
Stellar's one away from Nightfall. You could pull off a kill here. Oxygen have Dapper front and center with Mitch and Waterfall, but he's isolated away from the duel, and the Paranoia allows DarkZero to step in. And a beautiful smoke from We Did Too blocks a lot of the vision from Oxygen. And now that dissipates, it's time for Oxygen to brawl. And the spike has been tapped, but it's not planted yet. 14 seconds left. This is for the DarkZero win, or Oxygen to extend this. And so far, it's
They
just
played that
Oxygen
well, man.
have
They
a
played that
full
well. We
defense.
go again.
Timeout.
Both teams actually having strong defensive side, despite the struggles of the first halves.
Oxygen not wanting to linger, and even while Mitch was messed up by Util, he still fires the B-Dog, double kill from Adder, as Oxygen were still clearing corners. Kind of lucky timing. Still 3v3. As Oxygen get ready to plant. They'll have the barrier on staircase. This will cut off Corey with the op. He's not going to get good sight lines on the flank too, as we did, but nowhere close. Prowler on the top. The Stellar
That's the biggest
has
thing.
more in the tank.
Both of them staying back towards that spawn so that Weeded can find that timing, make sure that there's nobody towards Baby Door so they could pinch and run after. So Weeded has to start pushing up a little bit more quickly so that the rest could react on that pinch.
No more util from Oxygen. Now door being open, there's the timing. We
Was
did
fun.
starting the crunch. Corey, Boombot past the smoke. Oh, it misses Verno.
Yo, that's insane,
We
bro.
thought he would save the
I don't
push
know.
up. As Verno is a pillar for Oxygen. And it's just Stellar. He doesn't have time left over.
Maybe point for Oxygen.
And DarkZero won the fight once again into B.
Corey just satcheling in. We haven't seen DarkZero just go straight into B, not unscathed anyway. And now Pain Shells to pressure at the top. The B-link door into C is opening, causing a lot of panic as DarkZero are stuck on the site without a spike being planted. And they're hoping to catch Oxygen, and they do. DarkZero start to push out. They get first blood. It was back-to-back OT rounds for Oxygen. And now as they just swing out one by one, it's easy for DarkZero to get trades, and the advantage is still for DarkZero. Now with only a haunt remaining, Stellar
We go again?
just has to get timing, and DarkZero just hold on and creep past smokes. But Mitch gets a good catch.
There's no way, right?
He's gotta
We go
win
again, man.
victory to give Oxygen the map win. He'll tap the spike. He's got the lineup. No, just the teamwork from DarkZero. And Oxygen don't have someone safe that can lead them into the site. But Redux has satchels, and Oxygen deal with the KJ turret. And now
They're out of plan.
they got Fall Line, they got Paranoia, and Oxygen lived through because DarkZero.
What? He went alone? He went alone? That was bad.
Just tries to be elusive and fast. And Stellar is stoic. 13 seconds left as Oxygen are brought down to 2. And this pivot to B, it started off well.
Nah,
but it got
that was
weakened.
bad, bro. That was a bad run for Oxygen. Again, the pressure is
Background
huge
from
for
DarkZero.
Oxygen.
Still hoping to play upset. Oh, some good damage.
UDZ close it out.
And now he'll have to play a lot safer. Oxygen were really testing the waters with that early peek from Redux and Mitch. Getting good information that DarkZero haven't made any too forward of moves. It'll be a B pivot again, along with the Paranoia from We Did. DarkZero.
Yeah, Oxygen has strip players here on a...
And it's the same setup of Mitch and Redux waiting at B, but it was all a fake. DarkZero start to hit into tree. There is a sonic sensor in their way. So how are DarkZero gonna be affected by this? It's yet another
the
fake. They
Phantom's
just keep
better.
opening this door, and as they're standing still, Oxygen start to encroach on their territory and find first blood on Adder.
You still got
Everything's being
time.
read so far by Oxygen. They didn't even move at all. Desperate time is on to move inside the beach side, and there's already 2 players here.
30 seconds left.
Oh, they see the satchel. DarkZero have to deal with that first, and the paint shell forces Redux
Oh
down
my
to the
god,
ground,
Redux,
and
that's
he
insane.
kills
One
the
betray.
arms of 3 enemies. Redux with a huge dent in.
One away from the showstopper.
This is the overtime that never ends, and Corey hopes to end it shortly. But a 1v3, 2 players tagged on Oxygen.
They played the right, man. We go again. What a game,
But
man.
not enough to kill Verno.
Timeout.
A site that's basically open, and you know what happens when you give space here to Oxygen. They're gonna take that, and hopefully they'll play in sight this time around so they can fight against the flood retake.
30 seconds left.
Oxygen already had Nano Swarm, delaying them a bit so they know this Killjoy is around, and Oxygen have pushed up and are trying to play below the rope, and the orbital strike at the back. Adder couldn't escape. Oxygen, great reads on when and where this retake was coming from for DarkZero. 5 versus 3 on the pulse plant in favor of Oxygen. And Redux, he will not settle with just that. He heard the satchel from Corey, and he didn't go into the site. So could be expecting him on top of the box, trying to get some vision on top of the box, and Corey is clean with the swing. But now he has to pull off a 1v3, and
Another chance for Oxygen to close it out.
Called it. They are going to pivot towards the seaside. Late lurk from Adder, but there's still one more
they come.
sensor here that could stall it for a bit.
oh, and a net. But Corey
Nice
has a
shot
wall on the
up,
other side, and We Did went to give him a band-aid, and he's the one who's suffering now. Oxygen, a man up, it is traded. DarkZero. It's not a battle, but it's a war. The 2 best teams we have in challengers, but Corey was left on his own and had to peek at a waterfall.
What?
And Adder with a huge double kill.
What's happening?
DarkZero to tie this in
Oh
OT
my
yet again.
god. You're not gonna lie, I thought it was...
Spike planted.
Oh, I
Down
thought
to
it was going to
25
end, man.
health. And the Seas has already found him, so the high low.
We are going again, man.
Verno will get one.
Hopefully the satchel from Redux going in can break some of that util.
Oh, he's the skill of his life. Happy birthday, bro.
Scuba gets punished. And Oxygen will have to go into this site
30
without
seconds.
paranoia, without as many smokes.
Okay.
Verno still has a molly, but Oxygen are just still trying to find their footing. And getting the trade makes this more winnable. The spike is down, and DarkZero have sensed their weakness, but Rita
Stella.
will not let his team lose, not on his watch. Now the Nightfall, the retake from DarkZero, 12 seconds left, and Oxygen can't even organize. The usual setup from Oxygen. The barrier going to be thrown. Sonic sensor's still there. Paint shells to force the player out of the corner. And the net again from Oxygen catches DarkZero, but they come out ahead. DarkZero come out ahead of the exchange and can't get Dapper on the retreat. Waterfall being smoked off. Boombot to see who else is nearby. And Dapper re-swings that before reinforcements were ready. And that's a slip up. And this is match point for DarkZero, and they got the plant down. Scuba and Redux have to do this without a paranoia, but we're with Redux fully kitted out. Can he peak for Oxygen? It's a good start for Scuba.
What's happening, man?
Paves his own way.
What is this game?
The numbers and the lineups are not there. Redux
That is
is
no
there.
way. We
And
did
we
to close it out.
DarkZero had a 4 versus 2, and they're choking. Oxygen.
Who chokes more? I don't know.
Scuba once.
Oh my god.
Until DarkZero have improved so much over the season to best Oxygen, but who will have the last laugh? When a win like this is everything. Say goodbye to your ascension chances if you lose this series. And DarkZero fully taking over this.
You
site.
can see they did their desperate, bro. Like the way. It's just chaos right now, man.
What was coming? It's Scuba and Dapper.
It's now
Dapper
battle of
keeps it
resilience.
close.
Who
Corey
wants
heads
more?
back. DarkZero starts to surround their prey.
And we did
And it's
my
DarkZero
want
up to
this more than
18.
anyone else in the world, bro.
And you're now-
GG
Having one.
or
Yeah,
OT,
DarkZero
dude.
won an offense in a little while. But this is a mound push we haven't seen out of Oxygen. They're putting it all on the line. And Redux gets caught.
Probably true. Probably true. Just want to pick anything, man. We don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen with this show.
And this is a weakened DarkZero
My
2 with
goodness,
only
man.
Power Stellar left and only
This
a
game will never
Prowler.
end.
This is gonna be almost impossible.
You talked about a Redux getting caught, but that was a selfless play from him.
Why you test and play, bro?
Crosshair placement, and then also allows the paranoia to follow suit and then see Oxygen to flood through. But we've seen these moments before at disadvantaged positions for DarkZero that could turn it around back in their favor, especially with Adder still alive.
This is only map number 1, my friends. There's
And now
possible
you're having
2 more to go.
back towards the fade Utah that was
told you,
thrown
man.
behind them.
You can never know.
Stellar's running them over. We're just having
30 seconds left.
4 versus 2s being
Oh, Scooby's good here. Scooby's good here.
As now DarkZero have even things up. The Nightfall as Stellar shines. Everything goes black for Oxygen. As Scuba holds his own, he'll goes 1 for 1. Dapper versus Adder for the Lotus map win. For DarkZero,
God,
13
two
seconds left to
clutch
plant.
players,
Dapper is
bro.
nowhere nearby.
2 nanos available too for Adder. Alarm turret just came up. This is huge.
Adder's stuck behind this box. Just hoping to hear Dapper come up. Really gambling that he's on the flank. As Dapper starts his clear, they're gonna go face to face very soon. Adder already detecting Dapper is shooting down.
Oh my
His util.
god, the
Time
patience is
running out.
insane. It's driving me
Dapper,
crazy, bro.
deadly game of hide and go seek. Adder is netted. It's a fish out of water. But can Dapper get the catch? He taps the spike.
today.
And Oxygen.
Talk about Dapper, my
my.
friends.
Oh my god.
Talk about Dapper.
We're still trying to check with our stats team. Is this the longest overtime
I think it
we've
is,
had
bro.
in Challengers?
I
It
think in
feels
Challenge
like
and it is, bro.
The two
I think it
best
is.
teams going head to head. And only one of them could try to reach Ascension, and it's Redux that is already ahead of the game against Corey. It sets Oxygen up. We've had now 4 defensive round wins in a row. As of course it switches side to side here in OT. Will and offense.
Man, this would be a long video, bro.
vanquish. This Redux gets tagged through the smoke and has to stay calm.
Triple push though. This might not get checked.
Oh, Verno, good catch.
Good trade.
Better trade out of
Stopper.
Stellar. But a 4 versus 2, the most cursed number we've had in this OT. It doesn't matter, I guess.
And Adder and Stellar again.
Yep, they've done it before. With a haunt, 2 prowlers. Stellar has a lot of ways to get information, but he's on the other side of the map compared to Adder, and they're trying to link up. And Adder, his position's already discovered. And Oxygen hide in tree, and Mitch swings out in a solo, gets tagged up, but gets the Adder kill. Now it's just Stellar.
Can they close it, bro? That's the question.
After where this person in tree was, Stellar with a prowler will catch Mitch, but Oxygen again with match point. It's a tough place to try and swing people with an op, knowing Oxygen are nearby. And when Adder is already low as
Bro, it's now or never, man. It's now or never.
Up close with the boom bot, gets shot around the rock corner. Paranoia right through. This is the moment for Redux to capitalize. He'll get one. Paint shells to force them back into hiding.
Oh my god, happy birthday to you, bro.
Forward, sacrificing himself for the team. And only 2 remain for DarkZero. Oxygen for the win.
Oh my god, thought was going to be this, man.
By Redux.
He ended, my friend. GG.
Oxygen 20-18 and one of the longest
Dapper.
seen. We'll take Lotus.
And I think at this point for both of these teams, they want a little bit of a longer break, but that, oh my god, has gone back and forth. And who better than
Yo, this jersey is nice, bro. Good job, Oxygen. Let's go, man. DarkZero versus Oxygen, map number 2, Icy Box.
DarkZero are undefeated on this map. This is why this is their pick, and it's first blood for Mitch. And we just haven't seen any Harbor from Oxygen, and we're not going to see it this round. Missing out on your Reyna, though, is a duelist for Corey. At least you got a backup. It's B-Dog, that jet specialist. This DarkZero. No, there could be players on the other side as well.
No chance for the man.
Oxygen were ready, and they fire right through the hearts of DarkZero. And it's a 2v2, though. And it's scrappy around this site. Zadder, a little too antsy, forces out the dash though from Redux. Zadder, for the spike be tapped. He will move in the wrong direction. It gets a chance for Verno to strike. Ooh, B-Dog tried to be aggressive and gets chunked down by Redux. The master of jets. Now with this wall coming down. Thankfully, no one was at Yellow Box because Oxygen would have been caught off guard, but it's still Yellow Box is still something Oxygen have to clear, and they'll do so with the recon, with Redux getting on top of the box. They'll get a ping on the Corey, knowing he went to mid cut, and they have Dapper in position to capitalize. So mid control and a lane.
Yeah, but at least they're giving so much respect for DarkZero. I mean, imagine.
I think it's a save, bro.
On the top. It was a 20-18 scoreline that finished the first half, or the first map, as you could see. So
if they lose this round and this 3 happens, okay. Still, man, still it's a hard round. Sometimes these kills are bait, bro.
Yeah, catching at least someone mid's a good chance for Oxygen to start continuing this round in their favor. Now with the spike planted, they can just head back, play from main, and now with this Viper wall being up for Scuba, DarkZero really have to rely on contact from Stellar, and they'll get a ping on the Redux, and
it was a bait, man, I told you.
His focus split between the rest of Oxygen's reinforcements on the other side, and it'll be 3 in a row for Oxygen here in a second.
Bonus.
Oh, Reckoning from Mitch.
Here he comes,
after they got information
the prodigy,
of 2 DarkZero defenders
Redux.
on this site. This will force DarkZero out, and Redux hunts for blood, comes up from behind.
Is that Aspis? Is that Aspis?
Strike through 3!
Redux!
He is so
DarkZero,
good
good lucky
for
now, bro.
Oxygen. B-Dog with the op is just going to decide to save it.
Timeout.
6-0, my friends.
For the rest of the
No
half.
weapons for this.
Pushing up towards pipes. That's also something that they could leverage here with this double duelist on the A side. And hopefully they could do that with rifles in the next round.
Yeah, best case scenario would have been B-Dog surprising them with the Hero Vandal, but the one thing that's for sure
This is destruction, bro.
Taxes
This is
and Oxygen
destruction.
going A and winning the round.
Yeah.
So well, I guess they went to B once or twice, but this is Oxygen on their playground, and even though Oxygen haven't played this map since the mid-season cup, so they obviously have worked so hard to prepare for anything. And Emily talked about Oxygen's hero.
Now this is going to be a round where you're just hoping. I mean, this may be a swing round if B-Dog can get picks here with the Blade Storms, because they have ults to follow behind it.
Okay. At
3
least B-Dog
big
goes
ults for
1-1.
this man. This is the round,
These
guys.
double duelists on DarkZero's side. They're hoping to pull off more of
Yeah,
these
man,
solo
this is over,
plays,
bro.
and,
This is over. They give everything. They
a
got them up
triple
number
kill down
1.
for Scuba. And
They need a
only
miracle here, man.
4 versus 2, but it's still cursed. It could still be cursed. We'll see if that follows into Icebox. 7-0 for Oxygen. High tide, but maybe leaving a small gap on that high ground. But Stellar is still gonna be conservative, trying to talk to Adder. Do they want to invest the lockdown against all the ults you probably assume that Oxygen have, and now that Adder is pinged? This is so
Yeah,
tough.
Yeah.
What can they do here,
Might
man?
wanna give it
Honestly.
up, but Stellar looks like he wants to try to go for some sort of pick. But there's just way too many ults. I mean, Verno's already all the
What?
way back towards A. If anything, the Hunter's Fury could guarantee the round. They have too many ults now on the defense, on the attack side on the post plant.
They know he's
Yeah,
not.
please tell me Redux lag there. That was so weird. Now the Hunter's Fury on top of that. Time is running out to
Enemy
get
remaining.
for the
Ace?
fuse. Oh, that was Verno's
Ace for Scuba?
Hunter's Fury. Never mind. But 4.
Nice ace, my friend.
Ace and Oxygen.
8-0.
Reckoning for Mitch. As soon as they sense DarkZero are on the side. Oh, B-Dog clean shot, but the Reckoning will find you. Mitch throws it out. Trigger being pulled, but it's Corey that bests Verno. And with the Viper wall up, this is so scrappy. And Scuba.
Okay.
So many multi-kills.
It's him again.
Dapper though.
The legend.
Lockdown's still
Dapper,
active
1v2.
to get the spike back in his hands, right on the other side. The high tide.
I got
Dapper clears the lockdown right in time. Taps the spike, expecting someone around the corner. 11 seconds. You may just have to go for kills, because I don't think DarkZero gonna let you play.
Gold. He
Barely
knows
away
he knows about the second
Now
player.
Stellar emerges. Dapper with a great read. Here's Adder from behind.
Ah, that was so close,
Adder
man.
gets the defuse
Adder
in the first round for DarkZero.
won this
That's one of
time.
those things where when you're playing your ranked games, everybody's like, I saw the vision. As he was falling back, he just saw the top of the head of Stellar.
Viper wall there to help them establish and retake the site if needed. Hunter's Fury, now that they've sensed Oxygen are lurking around A. It's already too late. Oxygen
Redux.
are set up, and they have Redux on top of screens, getting a peek at DarkZero before they could throw util, before they could try to emerge back in. Now Corey, the Empress, you better watch out. You don't get to see Corey on this agent too often. But with the spike planted, Oxygen can take a step back and play off the Viper's pit. And DarkZero hope to flush them out. And they're starting with the perimeter. And now Adder steps up, but he was by himself. And Oxygen are just reacting quicker. We're now with the 2-man advantage. And time on their side, Oxygen seems to just snuff out every target.
Another round for
And
Oxygen.
DarkZero, it's an even bigger lead that they have to surmount.
I suggest you move, balls up.
And it's going to be an
A
open
reckoning.
site. Yep. It's going to be quite easy
It's
in the
so
end.
Open side to be
Yeah.
dog is low.
Nano Swarms too.
Viper's
Not even
pit.
towards the top. And they
From
can
we
just
did,
squeeze this
won't
out
do much
It's-
here.
It's pretty much an open site.
Okay. 5v4 now. Winnable.
Okay, catching the flank. Good
Okay.
read by Redux, but someone was swinging wider than he thought. 3 though,
Ooh,
and I
weather.
think DarkZero want this. They're coming out ahead with Sheriffs and
enemy
barely anything in the tank.
It's him, man. The IGL.
But
Need to lead by
Oxygen-
example.
Just have to not
1-3.
choke
To activate
this,
the curse.
Stellar creeping up right next to the spike with
remaining.
someone
And
above
Spider
it.
Sense.
Turns and burns on Mitch. Knows Verno's on the flank. Sees the recon as evidence. But he knows that, well, Verno's just gonna play his life until the last second. Gets it halfway.
Concentrate's over.
Stellar, the mind games. But it's looking too late for Stellar to win.
Yeah, man.
Too late for him
Verno
to
played
win
that
the
to
round.
perfection.
Oxygen-
Thank you, Chu.
when Oxygen were up, it was 8-4. There was a bit of a buffer there. But a couple of rounds away for Oxygen to send DarkZero out of Challengers playoffs. DarkZero dashing across. Good start. But B-Dog needs help. And Corey will get the trade.
Maybe there's up with the pistol.
Mitch puts down a cove so he can cross safely into mid-cut. He does get vulnerable by a snake bite. DarkZero take a second to collect themselves, and once the wall comes down, they could be faced with a lot of Oxygen members now having to turn to face the Sova utility throne. DarkZero find cover, make sure to keep their attention on someone like Redux on the high ground who's used the dash. Now the plant goes down and Oxygen can't prevent it. Not being a person down with walls up and no util. Oxygen have to swing at the same time or wait out the wall, and time is of the essence. DarkZero need every round they can get, and this is how they can collect a few rounds to get back
There's a way, right?
into the series. And Redux is left in a 1v2 and already made his job a bit easier with one. One could be around the yellow box, and it's a crossfire between Corey and We Did. And Redux is good, but I don't know.
Okay, there's hope.
At the Lear as DarkZero take this step by step. Redux ping now knowing where the SOP is important information for DarkZero as how they want to approach it. And he set B-Dog up on the perch, but Corey down low is
Redux.
There is the collapse, and DarkZero just stacked up and really tested Redux in that moment. But he gets the last laugh, and Adder is the last one left with Spike on the other side, and a lot of trouble too. Now he's just sandwiched. Say goodbye to him. And DarkZero want to beat the allegations, and they'll start by at least getting the spike down. And at the corner too, Corey doesn't have a Lear, but kills could help him truly feast or famine against Oxygen. But they wait and see what Oxygen do as they emerge through on the high ground and around this tower. Scuba as B-Dog low right ahead. It's an easy finish as DarkZero are weakened, and Redux doesn't get the one shot with the opt, and he drops.
What? You had bolts, no?
DarkZero fight tooth and nail to protect the spike, and it's all up to Stellar, who'll have to upgrade his gun to a Guardian, but Verno.
Guys, that was good for the
just
clutch.
longer.
Mapping series point.
Series point.
Oh my goodness.
And hoping to punish Oxygen.
And to think that
misposition.
DarkZero
So far, it's
almost won
We Did.
map number 1, bro.
Now with this lockdown, Blade Storm, no Hunter's Fury, that's off the board now that Verno
So
is gone.
2 things will represent
Blood, something
North
to get
America
DarkZero back on their feet. They
in
were
Essential, my
undefeated on this
friends. I
map.
thought it was only 1, but
Even
it's 2.
beating down Blinn 13-3. They were so confident after their results from week 4 to choose this map against Oxygen.
I think we'll be playing on
But
Mexico,
that
right?
advantage is now gone with that trade from Mitch.
I'm not sure, but I
And
think so.
DarkZero are set up on A. Blade Storm from Redux. With the op in hand too.
Oh no.
Lockdown. Dapper. And Corey has been caught. Scuba is just invisible. And Oxygen have not stopped tearing DarkZero apart. Stellar. It's looking dim. It's looking grim. And it's an Oxygen.
GG!
Move on in playoffs. 13-4. Decimation in the DarkZero camp.
And that is such a different story from the first map that we've seen here between these two teams, and Oxygen just continued foot on the gas, driving through DarkZero in the second map on DarkZero's map pick.
Here we go, my friends. Upper semifinals between Oxygen versus M80. This game, my friends, will be insane. M80 once again running this comp. Last time, man, against TSM. It paid off. It paid off.
But yeah, slow workup.
It was close, but it paid off.
Just getting accustomed.
But again, man, today they will play against the best team on the league, in my opinion.
Just looking
Oxygen.
at these comps. Now Oxygen, they've got the C site for free.
Yeah, rushing into site, they've been able to monitor where everybody is, at least so far, but the C site being empty gives way for M80 to try to get some sort of retake.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
already
What?
going down.
Yo, the sun is
For
bugging.
the 2. And everybody else on Oxygen, they just cleaned this up. It's an impeccable first round.
With their comp, rather, it was also
Upper?
very slow. A lot of contact.
Oh my, that feels amazing. They got 3, man.
All right, all it takes is 3 bullets and that's it. Dapper has pretty much cleared the lobby. All in all, for M80, this is no big deal. Again, like first game, first 2 rounds, and there is some time for leeway. They're just reading right now into what Oxygen are kind of providing for them, right? Slow takeover towards C. Now obviously trying to seek out whatever's going on, pinching them inward with that deadlock wall.
They've actually gone ahead and
Ace?
thrown Dapper the Stinger so he can chase for more kills. Gets the info on. Oh, he's actually pinch the ace, and he does. And there's only now one orb away from the annihilation.
Right, Mitch now making noise and showing that there might be an execution leading into here. Perfect though. Already smoke comes up and it does leave them with absolutely nothing to work with. Now with BCJ especially being caught in that ult.
Perfect from Dapper. Immediately the value.
What?
The previous round
What just happened?
What a timing.
Dude, huge eruption too, because now Koala Noob just really reels that back in. So now you got that one possible one round. That does lead way, though they still do have that post plant. So the opportunity here, big off Scuba. Wall. Isn't really gonna do much,
they got it,
actually.
they got it.
Sorry,
Man, what the
Xander,
what's that?
Just spraying down. Scuba had absolutely nothing to do
They
there.
have the read on this. They are stacked up and ready.
Oh, that's gonna work out so well too. Now with the lineup settled, but Redux can't seem to find exit off that. All right, they do manage to make themselves go and make some way, but unfortunately, yeah, that ultimate not gonna work out the way that was planned originally. But Oxygen, they're just better with the fights, regardless of what's going on.
Koala?
Luckily enough for Koala Noob, he does manage to convert that, but it's not enough.
Yo, Koala's insane,
for
man.
this team.
Goat.
I mean, would it be Resurrection available? And now that 2v3 becomes that 4v2. Luckily enough, does work out for quite some time playing that partnership role, but Scuba, no paranoia available, and so many players low. Honestly, they just hit the shots, they pretty much receive it. And now a 1v1, they do have sight.
Oh my god, Scuba. Yo, but they played 3-1-1s there, man. What?
To 1.
Timeout.
They push C.
I guess just season overall
Verno?
for M80. So
Verno?
this is definitely not feeling too good looking at this scoreline.
About to get backstab, goes down to BCJ. If he wants to use the Nightfall, if they're feeling confident, they could go for this, and they do.
Oh, the decay's there though. Okay, nice.
Okay, clean.
For Redux. And they do somewhat convert this back. I mean, regardless, yeah, the weapons are going to win out every single fight, every single
they don't
time.
know, they don't
The ultimate
know.
settled down just to secure this round is interesting. It's because we kind of don't need it at the moment. I feel like M80 are still pushed into a very, very unfortunate
Oh my
position
god.
right now within the game. But now Nismo looking to convert it. And Xander finally finding a weapon of her own. And this might be the time where we get to see some sort of reversal. But unfortunate timing, putting out the smoke in the middle.
Yeah. This haunt is going to come up early. It will be broken right away. Oxygen are fighting for this.
Oh, and they're all the way around the back, but a matey try. They do not succeed. Oh, man. Either way, all right, picks coming through. There's not too much of a win condition here for Oxygen. In terms of the player advantage, maybe Yacht might prove to be caused an issue, but yeah, Nismo's holding down on site, and that does leave a slight rotation over to Oxygen.
They were cut off by that wall. The barrier mesh thrown down from Nismo at the front of C. They go for the cheeky teleport behind Omen ult type exec on the side, but yeah, maybe finally able to shut something down towards this side of the map. Partially thanks to that annihilation from Nismo.
Oh my god. There's no way, right?
Dude, and that's huge. Just getting one straight through the box. They didn't rotate though, so now they're just gonna have to fight this knowing there's so many players here.
Look at Dapper's ammo. It's 9 bullets.
But they have
I mean,
time,
actually,
man. This
just
is bad for
playing
M80.
Playing
They lose
against
this round?
the stage wall and the barrier
We could
mesh,
have 7-1, man.
you're actually
That's
just going to
sad,
be
that's
playing
sad.
with no bullets. That's tough.
Yeah, they dip. It's 17 seconds. They literally have to run. Please pull out. Oh, I guess they can't pull out their knives, but... Okay, Dapper is...
10 seconds left.
This is giving me so much anxiety. Alright, they do get it. It's all good in the end.
Is going to get the spike down. They have a real shot at winning this right now.
Yeah.
Verno has that molly. There's an opportunity to use it.
Koala has an up for a take.
You know, unless it gets down to maybe a 1v1 or a 2v2 type situation, this is just going to come down to straight up fights.
Positioning is so awkward, though. I don't feel like... Oh, no, there is huge potential to play together here, but... And when it comes down to the fight on Spike, how well will that work? The only thing we really do have is maybe Verno with a lineup coming through here. Yep, and that's going to be settled. That does have to back themselves off, but some damage made. And Koala with the op. Yeah, not going to work. The time, not there. And they do have to run away before it's too late.
Koala with the
Right
cover,
way.
man.
Koala might have just saved the day.
Thanks
there.
God he didn't miss a shot, man.
Only 0.9 seconds left. Broken door. Everybody's just trying to find a way in, and Redux just forces it out of the way. It's the same thing it's always been, right? Just apply that pressure, know that Redux is moving in, and M80, they just don't want to hold the site. They constantly leave it down to the retake, and that's where Oxygen seem to thrive. Yeah, that's...
Absolutely. I mean, also just Redux so impressive on the entries right now.
Pretty much. All he has to do is hold it. He hits the shots every single time. Very, very comfortable on the race, for sure, but... That being said, they're not looking to move in anytime soon. Now, finally, double
And they're
shot,
looking too
and
good
Leaks
here.
just not cleared up by M80. They're making so many minuscule mistakes. I feel like majority of it